All right, everybody. Looks like we are live on the platform here for today. Should be a really interesting earnings report that we have coming out for Intel. Got about a half hour until the market closes. We'll be waiting a little bit, so hopefully we shall see. So let me get this going here. Getting excited for this earnings announcement. Should be interesting. Still battling a cold here, which is kind of frustrating. Okay. Here we go. Let's get this. Intel is not having a good day. Let me tell you. Intel, not it, Chief. You take a look. Let's pull up the chart. What do we got? Intel is doing an absolute, just dying, I feel like, which is absolutely unfortunate. So I guess we shall see what goes on. Gonna get excited for this one. Intel down about 3.3%. So we shall see. If you're new to the stream, guys, welcome on in. We're getting ready for stock market closing. We got Intel, which is doing absolutely awful right now at the time of us taking a look here. As you can see, all the way down here, we are down 3.28% going into the market close. And as you can see in the top left corner of the chart that you will see, these are my predictions for what I think Intel is going to do. So as people are going to be coming into the stream in and out, kind of like taking a look to see what I predict in the parentheses. So I think that we're going to beat on revenue. I think we're going to be in line with earnings per shares. And I think we're going to have some forward guidance here. I don't quite know why the sell-off of 3.3% is going on with Intel. I'm not sure if it's insiders knowing things or it's a leak somewhere. I don't know. But obviously, only time will tell to see. We're going to chart out the expected moves right at market close. So feel free to drop any comments you have down below in the comments section as we get this going here. Welcome on in. Welcome to Fridge Financials. And we're going to hopefully make some money here. We're going to see what's going on. I got a strangle that's playing out right now. 26 calls, 21 puts are the strike prices here. So we shall see how Intel performs after hours. So welcome on in. Again, feel free if you're listening in to drop any kind of questions, comments, things you have, concerns. My levels I threw out last night are all going to be completely different now because I wasn't thinking it would be a huge drop here. A lot of volume. It's more than the average volume over the last 3 months here for Intel. Right now, I might just move this over to here, and hopefully that sounds pretty good for you guys as we keep it going here and take a look and see how this chart is doing. I don't know what to do with Intel. It's interesting that everybody's saying that it's like just a deadbeat stock and it's not doing much anymore. I'm not really quite sure what is going on. So let me just get this up on the social medias, and we shall see what's going on. So again, if you're watching this back, hopefully you're enjoying your Thursday. Again, this is a new strategy that we are trading up right now at the time of recording this. This is a new strategy we're trading out. It's a double calendar play here. Basically, you close the shorts before earnings, and you leave a strangle running left over and hope for a big move in either direction. Intel has a huge expected move. It looks like about like 7 or so percent. So we shall see what it does. I'm curious to see what it does into the market close, honestly. I'm not really quite sure what it will do in the market close, but obviously we shall see. So earnings are in 30 minutes. Sorry about this. The these earnings, man. These are always like, honestly, it's a pretty fun place for me that I like to do. So we shall see what is going on here. All right, so Intel still going down about 3.36%. I'll put that in there for now. Again, if you're brand new to the channel, welcome on in. Welcome to the Fridge Financials lifestyle that we've got going on here. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying the content I've been putting out here, as, again, I am a teacher currently on summer break. And we shall see what is going on. And as you're tuning in, again, always feel free to drop those comments, questions down below in the comment section as we get ready for this. And then we're going to look at the charts here. We're going to see what we're looking at in terms of predictions and where we're going and all that kind of good stuff in between. Don't know why this isn't showing. So those are my nice little predictions there. All right, so let's take a look and see here. So now we're looking at about, again, like 25 minutes or so left beforehand. So if you are tuning in and you're watching this back here, we will be doing some charting here. I am going to be pulling up the Warren Buffett Fin Tool calculator, as you'll see right here. We're going to be writing down some numbers here for the projected lines as we go through more and more. And again, at any point, feel free to either leave a comment on the video, or if you're on the live stream, obviously you can comment as well. So as we take a look here, we're looking at Intel's numbers here. Again, the implied volatility is absolutely ridiculous, and my lines have now officially moved a little bit as a result. We are looking at an upside target of $25.13. So I'll make a little note to myself for that one. $25.13 for the Warren Buffett, and the low end is 20.31. So right now, we're looking at the implied volatility. The expected move is still about 10% here. So now, again, if you're just tuning in, Intel has not been doing great. It's down about 3.28%. And it's just, and again, here's my predictions in the top left-hand corner that you see right here. These are my earnings expectations. I think they're going to have a revenue beat, it seems like. It also seems like they probably will come in line with earnings per share that were adjusted, and my guess is that we get some forward guidance here. So obviously only time will tell when the market closes here, but we do have potential to make some money here still. You know, this sell-off here, I'm not quite sure because it happened so quick and there was no recovery. I've usually seen stocks have a little bit more run up into the earnings here, and right now it did not do that here. So I just did a little bit of a calculation based on the Warren Buffett Fin Tool. So we're going to mark out these two lines here, and then we will be able to go on. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of everything as to what I do live so that we guys know exactly what to do. So this one is going to be, we're going to make sure we do the Warren Buffett. Oops, let me write that again. Warren Buffett. So this is the Fin Tool. That is a really good tool that I've liked using so far. And right now, again, the high we're looking at is 25.13. So that's like way up, which I would honestly be shocked at this point if it hits this value here. Let me make this white so it actually stands out a little bit here. So, and then we will duplicate this and put the lower side as well. So clone it, drag it, and then we're going to change the settings up here. Low end is 20.31. So what we're looking at from the Warren Buffett Fin Tool here is we're looking at this kind of range-bound move. Welcome into the stream, guys. If you're brand new, we're just mapping out the new lines because my lines last night were very good lines for the predictions, and then Intel decides to sell off 3% today. Again, not quite sure as to why it has sold off at this moment in time. Could be insider knowledge, could be a bunch of other things. Honestly, not sure. So if you're watching this, feel free to drop any comments. We got about 20 minutes till the market closes here for the day. And I will be curious to see if Intel has any sort of run-up and recovery into earnings. My predictions you'll see are in the top right-hand corner here. I think we get a beat on revenue. I think we come in line with the earnings per share that's been adjusted. And the reason why I have it as in line is because you look at the last 90 days, they haven't adjusted it more since. So there's been no other adjustments. So I feel like they have a pretty good consensus about coming in at 0.01 for adjusted earnings per share. And I'm really thinking that the new CEO is going to put in some good forward guidance, that the worst is behind them, hopefully, and that's going to be able to have some sort of run-up in the market for the stock. Now, obviously, I don't care the run-up, honestly, in either direction, because I'm playing a long strangle. If you've been following me for a little while, it's the double calendar spread that we're running here. We closed the shorts out yesterday. And now we're going to be looking at the strangles, the longs ones that are looking at $26.21 for strike prices here. So this is the Warren Buffett Fin tool. I just pulled it up and I can show you again how it looks. So again, here's what we're looking at for Intel at this current moment in time here. So it's basically the video I made yesterday that I put out today that I also put out on social media. I'm also doing it again live, so that way you guys get the full understanding about where I'm able to pull different data points from. Very good tool to use, calculates in all these different values, which I think is absolutely awesome. So fingers crossed, we are looking at, honestly, now since we sold off, I kind of wanted to come down a little bit more. Welcome in, guys, brand new. If you're welcome into the stream, feel free to subscribe to Fridge Financials. We hit 1,000 recently, and I cannot thank you guys enough. So these are the expected moves that we're looking at based off of the Warren Buffett tool that you see here. $25 upside, $20 downside. If there are any questions, feel free, as always, to drop them down in the comment section as we keep it going here. And again, Intel is down about 3.2%. Maybe get a run up into close. Here's the Warren Buffett Fin tool projections that we're looking at as of right now. We're going to move on also into bar chart next. So bar chart, the idea we're going to be looking at here is, let me just fix this really quick, and then we'll keep it going. There, that way you can see it better, I think. Hopefully you can see that. You should be able to see my predictions now. So I'm taking a look at bar chart here. You can look at INTC, Intel, as we pull it up here. And what's really cool, I've actually really liked using this website recently because there's a lot of really cool things in terms of a bunch of data with options, expected moves, all that kind of stuff here that we're looking at. So taking a look at the expected move, the price range we're looking at for the 25th is 24.12 and 21.34. So these have also adjusted as a result. So we're going to map these out on the chart. So we've got 24.12, 21.34. Welcome on in, and let's put these ones down based on we can just duplicate these, make our life a lot easier. And so then we're going to change this one up. Go to the settings. Oop. All right, so the high end we have is 24.12, and this is for bar chart. I'm going to make these all different colors so you can kind of get a nice little see, just because it's fun to watch to see what it actually will do here as a result. Obviously, who really knows what's going to happen? I really don't know. One of my orders is executed. That's beautiful. Thank you, Reddit. I'll walk through that a little bit later on in the stream here as we keep it going. And so let's do another duplicate here. And then we can move this one. We can add this one down to the lower end. Lower end is 21.34. So Warren Buffett tool is looking at a little bit more of an expected move in this case compared to the bar chart one, which is totally fine. Again, it seems like it might be starting to come up a tiny bit. Please give me a little bit more hope and chance here for some profit. As we keep it going here. And then the last thing I use is what's called Options Profit Calculator here. So this one's a really cool website as well that allows you to do it. So you're going to put in the strangle, which is what we have right now, and we have it on INTC. And what you're able to do is you could factor in if you're buying or selling, all these different options. It gives you probabilities, and you can also factor in the IV crush potential, which I feel like I want to do, but we shall obviously see. So we've got 5. So we were looking at 21 puts. Oh, I have this backwards. We're looking at 26 calls. It doesn't really matter, honestly, which way you put it in, but we'll just do it this way, make your life better. Do 5 and 5. The only thing that's the problem for us is that the $26 calls that we had essentially, quote unquote, bought was at an average of 55. And then for the puts that we have here, this is for my Robinhood, I'm plugging in numbers here, 0.35. So we are looking at this as my oh my goodness, this might be honestly a rough one. This might be a little bit of a rough one here for us. I'm not going to lie to you guys because this is a little bit of some movements here. So what we're looking at here, again, is that if you're brand new, we've already taken $155 in profit on the short legs of Intel. Right now, we are now looking at the long legs. So anything on the 25th, because I'm closing these first thing tomorrow morning here, anything above 155 for a loss is going to be good for us. So it looks like, let me see if I can shrink this down to like 25.75-ish. I want to find like the bare minimum here that we're looking at. So like 25 and then like maybe like 21 maybe. So where would I break? I would break even at about 24.20 is what I'm looking at break even. Because again, right now it's 150 for a loss. I made 155, so my break even is about 24.20. So I'll make a little note to myself for that one as well. So 24.20 on the high side. This is without implied volatility crush, which I will show you how I can do that one as well. And then on the low end, we're looking at about 21.60. So that's actually not awful, I feel like. So we'll clone this one up here. We're going to change this one up in the text. This is going to be options profit calculator. That's the one that we use. And this coordinates here, the high end is 24.2. Oh, wow, it's actually almost pretty close with bar chart. All right. So those are basically pretty much almost identical, which is amazing. And then what we will do is we'll clone this one. We'll put it down to the other side here. And the other coordinate is 21.60. So, okay. This is what we are looking at for right now for their earnings. And again, we got earnings about 14 minutes or so. So options profit and bar chart are somewhat in line here. Again, these, actually, I'll make these green. These are going to be the ones, according to this, that will make me have a profitable trade, not factoring in the IV crush, which I'm kind of nervous about because I happened to meet last week with Schwab and their IV crush here. So should be relatively interesting to see what happens here. Oh my God, it's still down 3.3%. They're just not pushing it higher. They're just not. I don't know what it is. And the volume, I'm sure, is higher than all the other months. I can almost promise you that. Let's take a look here at the volume. Volume is 88 million. Average volume is 77, so we're way above that one. How much was traded in the first, like, I don't know, man. This is bizarre. Very, very interesting what we're looking at here. We got about 13 minutes till the market close. So now what I will show you guys how to do here on the live stream is that you can do implied volatility change. And again, it tells you that you're looking at the expected change. So looking to see if you're going to have any sort of increase or decrease in volatility in this case. In this case, I'm actually thinking, based off of the calculations, we're going to about a 40% decrease here. But let me do the math again, just double check here, just to kind of see how to find the implied volatility that we're looking at here. So basically, you take the implied volatility it's currently at, which is at, if you can see down here, 175 minus the next week's, which is 76, then divided by the original 175. IV drop is like 56. Oh, it's like 50%. Okay, this is going to be in for some trouble. Last night it was 40, now it's like 50. So we can update it. So what you can do is you can go down to here and make it about negative 50, which just means that you're looking for factoring in an IV change in this case as well. Oh, man, we're going to be hitting some problems. Fridge Financials is in peril. Where's my break even now? Oh, 26 and like 20.75. Okay. All right, well, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this one. We're going to put this one is going to be factoring in. This is the IV crush potential. Oh, this would be brutal right here. 26 even. I'll make that one red because it's like scary. Ooh, I'm so scared. Clone that. Put that down there. And the other one was which one? How low are we going here? I go to like 21 and then just like see what makes me lose 150. Oh, Jesus, no. I got to go like 20.5. Oh, my goodness gracious. So look at like 20.6. And put this like down. Let me see if I can get to like a really good number here. Like 20.6. I'll do like 20 points. I'll do 20.7. It's fine. Honestly, I don't care that much. I don't want this to happen anyways. 20.75. Okay. So we're set up. Welcome to the stream. If you're just tuning in or you're playing this video back, we have our levels set up for earnings. And take a look at what is happening with the earnings. It just keeps on selling off and going lower and lower. So here's what we're looking at here. This stock is going a lot lower. And so honestly, I'm kind of just focusing on hoping that it's bearish now at this point, because now we're down 3.41% right now. And again, why that's the case, I'm not really quite sure. If this stock goes below $21, I'll hopefully be out of the IV crush territory and be able to make some profit. Fingers crossed. We don't know what's going to come in here. And again, what's really frustrating about the stock market in general is we could have a beat across the board and it still sells off. And that's what I'm worried about. So right now what we're looking at is, again, now we're down almost 3.5%. Oh my God, it's like really selling off now. Let me pull up Webull. Webull chart is more like fun to watch. Why? I don't know, but it is. Let me just fix this a little bit. Let's watch the Webull chart instead. Let's see how this thing's going to move. Look at that. It's approaching new lows. 22.65 is the low of the day. Okay. And then we can move this just a tiny bit. Move that down a little bit. There we go. Awesome. I should probably live stream a lot more, honestly. I think it's a lot of fun. I should probably just live stream more often, but let me put this down a little bit here so we keep the order book up. So we're looking at Intel, and Intel, oh my God, it is down negative 3.6%. I have not seen this kind of run into earnings. So it's got me worried, as in, like, are they just trying to, like, fake out all those retail investors? Are they actually just pushing it lower because they want to? Like, do they know something? I don't know what this is, but it is approaching just super low value. Oh, my God, it's coming in lower. Oh, look at this. Look at all the selling pressure coming in right now. This is absolutely live and wild, and it's crazy. Unbelievable. I am logged in also on my Robinhood, so we can take a look and see what that's looking like right now. We're up on the day. Great to see. As you will see, I was going to put this like over here. It's actually bothering me now. As you will see, a lot of our 4 option plays are closed except for Apple so far, which is great. Intel these are profitable for the day. These are not, obviously. What is the loss we are currently sitting at? We're down $155 and we made $155. So at the close, we are at break even. I need this strangle, 5 options either side here, to make some money. Is this gambling fridge? I don't know. Maybe. All right, let's see what happens. Going into market close. So last week I had Reddit open, I had Amazon open, I had Moderna open, I had Apple open for earnings next week. I closed 3 of the 4 out for 10% profit already. So as you guys are tuning in, we're getting hyped for Intel earnings. Again, feel free to drop any questions or comments in the chat. It's good to see you guys. Happy Thursday. 7 minutes till the market closes. And boy, oh boy, are we excited. We already have our lines charted out here. We got 6 minutes till the close. I don't know how quick their earnings will come out. We shall see. And the question is, do we get any sort of rally into the close? Hopefully. I honestly don't know what to expect. The fact that it's down 3.5% before market close, day of earnings, could just be people faking out and taking their profits because they're unsure. Could be that uncertainty part. Maybe somebody knows something that nobody else knows. I don't know. Fridge Financials doesn't know. He's not in the black pools of the markets and stuff like that. Would love to be, though. So I'd probably be like super rich and wealthy. It's going to be interesting to see how much we get a push into the close here, and if we actually get a push to the close, or we just end up getting absolutely screwed over. And honestly, this right here has already shown me that there's a lot of pushing down. Oh my goodness gracious. A lot of pushing down here. So we're banking now. This is what I love about doing the strangles. We're just banking for it to go lower, I feel like. And that's okay. And that's okay. At least with the strangle, I'm basically saying just give me some sort of movement in either direction. Move somewhere. Move somehow. Do something and move. That's all we're looking for you to do. And if we can make that happen, then we're in a good spot and good to go. Am I nervous? Of course I am. But I don't know, man. Uh, 5 minutes to the close. I'm guessing the SPY is probably green for the day, because otherwise I would try to do the overnight drift trade here, but there's no data coming out. But SPY is green. You don't want to do overnight drift when SPY is green. You want to do it when it's red, because people are going to be having a lot more risk overnight. Oh, here comes the push. What sucks is I can't even listen to the earnings call. I have to register for it, and it's like name, email, company. I'm not a company. I'm just one individual with a dream. Let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna hate if they delay earnings just to make our life more miserable. Honestly, let's look at that. We're getting a lot of selling pressure down towards the close here. 3.66%, 3.6. We are looking for a red day, I feel like, ladies and gentlemen, because that's kind of where my mind's going, because I don't know. And if I put print, that'd be amazing. Because believe it or not, so far this strategy, I've done the strategy now 3 times for earnings, and they've always been pushes to the higher side. Nike pushed up a lot more. Delta pushed up a lot more. Oh my God, look at this thing. So the question is, right, are people getting out because they're afraid? Or do they know that this is going to suck a lot and there's going to be a lot of pain here? That is the question that we will be finding out. Let's go lower at this point, honestly. I don't really care anymore, because this is insane. There's a lot of selling pressure. A lot of it. Volume is 95 million, almost 100 million. Average volume is 77 million, so we got a lot of volume today. Obviously, it's the day of earnings here. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to the market close. I should put a bell or something like that for the stock market to close, but I don't have one. You guys get to watch Fridge Financials live and in person react to pain and sadness and misery, maybe. I don't know. What is going on with these growth stocks today? Oscar is down 10%. American Airlines down 9.5%. Webull down 9%. Jeez Louise. Whew. And what's up? Okay, hello. Kohl's is doing some stupid squeeze again. All right. Here we go. Last minute and a half. Market's going to close. Earnings come out. Will Fridge Financials be door dashing tonight? Or are we going to print tendies and go buy a mansion? Neither, obviously. I don't have DoorDash. I'm not signed up to deliver. And also, I do not have I will not make enough money to buy a mansion. But that'd be cool, though. Could you imagine that? If you guys are new here, welcome on in. Feel free to drop a sub if you haven't already done so. We're at 1,030, which is absolutely insane. And Fridge Financials just keeps bringing the content free of charge of everything here. Let's see what we got. That's a lot of selling pressure still. Look at that. I feel like we would have gotten some sort of buying pressure coming in here if people were more optimistic. It looks like there's a lot of fear right now into Intel. We got 30 seconds left. Who's getting in? Someone's getting in. Someone's getting out. Someone's getting in. Someone's getting out. What are we to do? And what is it going to mean for the fridge financial strangle? The struggle is real, and the strangle is real. I think it's going to be better than expected earnings, but that's just me. I mean, maybe I'm just a naturally positive person. I don't really quite know. Markets are closed. We closed down 3.66% on the day in Intel. Now is when we see what happens with earnings. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Don't you know, pump it. I can't play the song, so I'll get copyright strike for it probably, so I'll just like awfully sing it while I'm doing this here and waiting for the earnings. Got to zoom out a little bit, I feel like, because of these candles. Like, look at that. Like, that was just right at the market open. Just boop, sold right off. Didn't care. You had a family to feed? Cool. Boop, sold right off. Nobody cares. Let's wait and see what happens. Wow, look at that huge buy order. 15,000 shares? Good Lord. I wish I had that kind of money. That's like FU money to me. What, 15,000 times $20 a share? Oh, here we go. What do we got? Oh, my goodness gracious. Are we going to be printing enough? Or what do we got for, did earnings come out? I'm guessing they did. Let's take a look and see. Nothing came out yet. Okay. Interesting. Let me go back to the chart here. Look at this candle wick. Oh, good Lord. What is that? Look at this thing. Holy Lord. That is a wild wick. Let's take a look and see what we got for earnings here. I don't think, did they come out yet? No. I don't think they did. Some dude on Webull could put a comment and said $18 a share. God, if it's actually $18, if it goes down to $18, that would be beautiful. Oh, okay. Are we going to get absolutely slaughtered here? Or is there a chance for some profit? Dude, this wick is crazy. Like, look at that. Look at those things, dude. Whew. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream, watching some craziness happen. We're going to wait and see when they release the earnings. I don't think they came out yet. I think like, at least it usually comes in like right at 4 or 5, I want to say, but maybe not. There's an article that they may reduce further costs. That'd be really bullish, obviously. Everyone's saying B, but there's nothing out yet. Not that I can see anyways. If anybody sees the data before me, please let me know. Am I missing it? What in the heck? Come on now. Let's see what's going on here. Welcome in, guys. If you're brand new to the stream, I want to see if we actually got any data. I don't think there's anything that's out yet. Maybe there is. I feel like Robinhood would have told me already by now, though. Maybe not. If somebody has the data, please enlighten me because I currently don't have it. Robinhood says it wants a negative 0.05 earnings per share, and everybody else is like 1 cent. So I don't know what Robinhood is smoking, but I feel like it's not the right thing to smoke. But that's just me. We're getting a pump here. Did they beat? Or are we dying off here? Only time will tell. Welcome into the stream if you're brand new here. Dude, I hate how I like... okay. Let's go look for the earnings. Can I just go on their like actual website? It's probably better that way, isn't it? Fridge, you stupid idiot. Come on, Fridge. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's see. Oh, yeah, they are out. I'm such an idiot. Revenue 12.9. That's a beat. Hey, 1 for 1 on the beats. I said revenue was going to beat, and yes, it did. Amazing. So second quarter loss per share EPS attributable to Intel was 0.67. Non-gas was 0.10. Okay. Forecasting third quarter revenue of 12.6 to 13.6. That's an increase. That's pretty good, actually. All right. Okay. What's the stock doing? Oh, no, are we gonna hit pain though? Here's the problem though. Are we gonna hit pain? I don't want to hit pain, guys. I don't want to do that. I need you guys to push more. I needed to push more now. Oh, it's gonna be it's decent earnings. It is decent earnings here. I need you guys to push to 26. I need you guys up here. I need you guys to push more. But they came in with a negative 0.10 earnings per share adjust. Oh, good Lord. But it's going to pump. Is it going to pump for that? All right. So, beat on revenue, miss on earnings per share. Okay. Interesting. Now we got to watch to see how this candle is going to react, and I think a lot of pressure is also going to come from guidance. I think guidance is going to be a huge thing now for this stock to push. In either direction, you're going to need that guidance to come in here. I can't believe they actually, it was a loss. Loss per share of 0.10. I don't know why I didn't look at that earlier. I'm such an idiot. Wow. But they're looking at, the revenue was 12.9, which was flat year over year. Okay. Looking at a third quarter revenue of 12.6 to 13.6. You look about the halfway point to that one, it's like 13.1, which is basically flat here for the revenue also. Okay. And an earnings per share of 0.00. Okay. Our operating performance demonstrates that initial progress we are making to improve our execution and drive greater efficiency, says the new CEO. We are laser focused. Not just focused, guys. We are laser focused. Let me adjust this stupid thing because Fridge was wrong. Well, this was right. Hang on. Let's adjust this a little bit. This was correct. Way off. And now we wait and see what happens going forward. So again, if you're welcome to the stream, if you're brand new here, I'll go back to the chart in a second here, but we're kind of looking through the earnings of Intel. And revenue was a beat. Good job, Fridge. I thought it was going to come in higher than that, and it did. But their earnings per share came in at a loss. So now we're reading into what this new CEO says. Here's the new CEO. Tan is the new Intel CEO here, and they've done the whole restructuring thing. I made a whole video about it. You can watch it on YouTube at Fridge Financials as per usual. Whew, that was a mouthful. All right. We are laser focused on strengthening our core product portfolio and our AI roadmap to better serve the customers. Throw the word AI in there. That's what I'm talking about, I guess. We are also taking the actions needed to build a more financially disciplined foundry. It's going to take time. But we see clear opportunities to enhance our competitive position, improve our profitability, and create long-term shareholder value. Our results reflect solid demand across our business and good execution on our priorities, says the CFO. The changes we are making to reduce our operating costs, improve our capital efficiency, and monetize non-core assets are having positive impact as we work to strengthen our balance sheet and position the business for the future. All right. I mean, nothing crazy bad there besides it's going to take time. And I think with shareholders these days, time is money, you know what I mean? So flat revenue from quarter two to last year. Gross margins are down. Amazing. Operating margin is down. Net income down. Earnings down. Whoever just subbed, thank you for doing that. Honestly, that sound just scared the crap out of me. If you guys hear the notifications, I'm not used to streaming that much, so thank you guys for the sub. This is insane. Down. So client computing group down 3% compared to last year. Data center and AI up 4%. Well, that's good at least. Amazing. Revenue is flat. Yeah, this is the quarter 3 outlook. So what we're focusing on now, if you're brand new to the stream, welcome on in. Feel free to drop a sub if you haven't already done so, just like Dejan did. Thank you so much. If I said that wrong, I apologize for that one. The Fridge Financials predictions since 3:30 in the afternoon were to be on revenue, which they did compared to expectations. Their adjusted earnings per share coming out at 0.01. They came in negative 0.10, so that was way off. And now we're focusing on what is the forward guidance going to say. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to listen to the earnings call, but I'll be curious to see what they talk about as a result and how it's going to move the stock here. And we're going to look at the chart again in just a minute to see where we're at. And if Fridge Financials gets absolutely screwed over for this. So again, they're looking at revenue between 12.6 and 13.6 billion, which to me basically just says that you're basically where your revenue is at right now is 12.9. It came in at. Now you're looking at basically the same thing as before. Gross margins coming up a little bit more, I'm guessing it looks like, because they're 27.5. Now it'll be to 34 projection. Tax rate, whatever. Earnings loss per share to Intel, 0.24. So not looking too good. Again, 5 o'clock will be the earnings Eastern time. This release contains forward-looking statements that involve a number of risks and uncertainties. Words such as accelerate, achieve, aim, ambitions, anticipate, and variations of such words are intended to identify such forward-looking statements, which may include statements regarding AI strategy. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, I'll go take a look at the chart in a second. Let's see what the chart came in at. Again, here's all the data we're looking at here. So again, gross profit negative compared to last year. Research and development is down. Marketing is down. Restructuring up. Operating income loss up. Oh my God. If I go back to this chart, right? I'm not on it right now. If I go back to this chart and it's up like 4%, I'll honestly be shocked because you have a loss and you have a lower operating income, which is crazy. Your net income loss is higher than last year, comparatively. This was them. They did a little bit of cutting the jobs, as you can tell. Amazing. Current assets. Assets are up. Okay. That's good. Total current assets are down. What in the crap? Oh, that was this current. The total assets are down. Amazing. Total assets down. Love that. Liabilities about flat. A little bit lower, which is good. Debt a little bit lower. That's good at least. Okay. Got cash flow here. Cash and cash equivalents beginning of the period. All right, well, that's up at least. Net cash. Okay. Okay. So. And this is all just a bunch of definitions and da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's take a look at the chart. We may be in some trouble with this. We might be in a little bit of trouble. Unless, again, it's all about the earnings call now, I think. I think the earnings call, and this might be the ideal situation of how market makers and institutions can really screw people over because they dropped it 3.75% and it's up 3%. You basically went nowhere. Basically, IV crush potential at the moment in time. But again, who knows? We have until market open tomorrow to see what goes on here. We're not really quite sure. Yeah, these are going to be worth. So these are up right now. At the market close, up $15. They're going to be worth significantly less. I need this stock to move. It goes to $21 and like we'll make some good money. It goes to like $21 or comes lower than that, then we're in a good spot here. But we need to see some movement in the stock here, some movement in the stock price that we're looking at here. And it's kind of just like they're really looking for earnings. And we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about our feelings until earnings call starts, and we'll see how the stock reacts to the earnings here. Honestly, was thinking it'd be a lot better than this. And do we dare take a look and see this? Oh, look. Let's take a look. Look at that. So if it goes up here, I mean, we might be able to break even, make some little bit of profit here if it gets a little bit of a pushback up here. We need something with earnings. That's what we need. Something with the earnings call needs to happen here. If you're tuning into this video, thank you so much for spending your Thursday with Fridge Financials as he sweats out another play with earnings with Intel on the docket for today. We needed to either hit this, like the profit without IV crush is this green line or this green line without IV crush. With IV crush, it's this line or this line, which I think might be a problem. So we're going to be watching and listening. I'm not going to be actually listening to it, but we're going to be watching to see how the stock reacts to their earnings here, because I think this was not a lot of volume for an earnings that just got released. This was not a lot. It was 1 million. 400, 800, 700, 600, like it's already died off. The people are waiting for earnings now. And also, I think it takes some time for people to read through the earnings report, unlike me who just skimmed through to see what it looks like. It doesn't seem like it was a good report, but that's just me. Let me go back to the volume from the day. 800,000, 1 million, 800,000, 900, 600. So this is a lot of the selling off pressure here early in the morning here. Okay, so we got a little bit of some volume here after hours. But I think people are holding off on the stock moving until the earnings call itself. That's what I think personally. And until that happens, which you guys, if you want to, we'll get to spend time with Fridge Financials for the next 43 minutes. Drop any stocks you've liked or any strategies you're looking at doing here. I'll tell you about my strategy in just a minute here. We're kind of just going to have to sit around here and wait a little bit and see what Intel does between now and 5 p.m. here. Again, people are taking time to digest the information here. I'll be curious to see if there's any kind of news articles that came out or any kind of articles in general that talk about this earnings report here. And again, as you're here, if you think you enjoyed Fridge Financials, feel free to drop a subscription to the channel. Intel to / workforce by year end as it forecasts steeper losses than expected. Intel cutting headcount by about 15%. These are all articles that came out right after that one. Talking about their estimated there. Talking about their data revenue, 3.9 million. Misses, as we know, we missed on earnings per share. It was that came in at negative 0.1. Let's take a look and see. I'm going to the Weibo comments. Weibo comments are always fun to read through. Losing money all the time. Let's see what lie they're going to tell us about profits. That's the start of a turnaround. Someone said that's not a beat. That's a horrific miss. Yes, it is. And the earnings per share was a horrific miss. Someone just said on Discord, hope you're doing well with Intel. Oh, don't be. Oh, Gio, if you watch this back, dude, we shall see. We shall see. Who knows? Someone said literally the worst performing stock in the market. Q3 guidance was negative 0.24 versus a negative 0.18 estimate. So worse guidance for that one. Someone said, how is this a beat? It's not. Fun fact. Someone said the squeeze. People were rumored about this stock squeezing, and I just don't believe that, like, at all. And it's coming back down kind of reality a little bit. And again, there has to be a lot of volume waiting to see what this new CEO, because again, it's a new CEO. He came in like March, so quarter one was already a wash. Quarter two now, this is his first full quarter as being CEO. So I think people are going to be very intrigued to see how this goes as a result, in my professional opinion. That is not financial advice as it ever is. So if you're new to the stream here, we're kind of sitting here. We're going to be sitting here waiting for earnings to see what happens here. We got the earnings call, I should say. People are digesting the information to see what's going on. Again, it just wasn't a good, for me, it wasn't a good report. You take a look through this report here, it's not a good report. We're really talking about the job. This is them cutting the jobs, which is amazing. What else do we got going on here? Let's take a look, see. Yeah, like their gross profits are down from a year ago. That's gross. No pun intended. I hate my life sometimes. Man, if you guys are sitting there laughing behind the screen, I'm so glad you are, because I'm just sitting here just being like, this is going to be I'm just trying to like gather my thoughts and my ideas as to what's going to happen. Market open tomorrow morning here. We'll see what's going on here. I don't know. Their assets are down from last year, which is not something that you'd want, hopefully. Liabilities. Oh my God, their short-term debt. Look at that. From last year to this year, I see, now that I'm looking for buying time here till 5 p.m., their short-term debt is crazy. Just take on debt. Just take it on. All the debts. And you're definitely not getting it at a low rate either, if you really think about it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do because they're a huge company and they're worth billions of dollars, and I'm not. But I'm not taking on debt right now. Not these interest rate levels. Absolutely not. So what really went down? Accounts payable? Yeah, that's okay. Compensation and benefits. Okay. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Is there anything else to really read through here that I really feel like reading through? Not really. I don't really see much. Oh, Intel launched 3 new additions to its Intel Xeon 6 series of central processing units. AI workloads, great. Throw the word AI in there. Currently serves as the host CPU for NVIDIA. Okay. Put NVIDIA in there too while you're at it. Reached a key milestone at the start of production wafers in Arizona. Okay. Make key leadership appointments, including Greg Ernst as the chief revenue officer, and I can't pronounce his name. Gene Didier, nope. And nope, can't get their names either, in key engineering roles. In line with Intel's commitment to strengthen its balance sheet and monetize non-core assets, the company sold via offering 57.5 million of net Class A shares of Mobileye in July 2025, adding 922 million to the balance sheet. Still a major shareholder in Mobileye, continues to have a strong conviction in the long growth opportunity. Is Mobile AI even like publicly traded? I doubt it. Doubt it. Anybody else saying anything here? Someone said slow sale and weak forecast guidance will drop this to 19 tomorrow. Dude, if this dude in the comment section hits 19, if this stock tanks to $19 tomorrow, we are printing cash. Don't get my hopes up though. Just don't. Because take a look at this, right? This comes to $19 tomorrow. Oh, up. I'll put this down here, actually. It's probably the best way of doing it. We are printing. Wait. 19. Look at that. Oh, we would print so much money if it goes to $19 tomorrow morning. Oh, my goodness gracious. That'd be insane. $19 would be absolutely wild. So basically, if you're wondering how this idea is going to work, or how it's supposed to work, we're up 0.71 on the day, which is actually really, really impressive. We beat the S&P. We've been up. This portfolio, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, up 2.17 last week, up 21% the last month, up 49% the last 3 months. Year to date, we're down a lot, but, we've moved some money around and stuff like that into my Roth and everything else. But, yeah. So basically what the idea is going to be here. So taking a look at Intel, right? So the idea behind the strategy is that go down lower, please. Come on. Take the earnings as they're awful and push it lower. I want to sing you got to pump it up, but, the opposite. I don't know what the opposite of pump it up is. But I kind of want it to go lower because my puts are a lot closer than the calls are at this point. So basically the idea behind the strategy here is that we're looking at a long strangle right now. 21 puts, 26 calls. And we have used these short ones that we closed out for profit. We made $155 profit here, which kind of offsets the losses that you might have on one of these two legs here. And the hope is just to be able to take advantage of that implied volatility move and hope that Intel has a move either to $21 or $26. And then as a result, we're able to capitalize a lot of cash. One of these will expire worthless or pretty close to being worthless, while the other one will hopefully be a lot more in the money. So we can actually make a lot of profit as a result. That's kind of what the goal is with this strategy here. We shall obviously see how that goes. Right now, Intel is kind of pulling back its gains. It looks like maybe Wall Street is like, this earnings was stupid because it's weaker guidance and it's a miss on earnings per share. It's a beat on revenue, but it's a miss on earnings per share. We have, future guidance is not good, it seems like. So this conference call, this dude has got to pull out something out of his hat to make it happen here. Gio, glad I sold my puts this morning. Glad you're making money. Win-win. Yeah, Gio, I'm really hoping so, honestly. I need Intel to drop. So here's my little lines here. These are updated lines from yesterday. I know you saw my post about it yesterday and stuff like that. Here's my lines. I need it to push lower. Right now, we're going to be taking a loss tomorrow morning at market open. So we need this thing to push down closer to that $21 mark or up to that $25, $26 mark. And I don't know if that's going to happen. We shall see. But, it's a small trade, it's a small position of my portfolio. So we'll kind of just wait and see what happens. My only worry, obviously, is the IV crush as well. If we get hit with IV crush, that's going to make these be worth a lot less. Because the IV was astronomically large here, and factoring in the IV crush potential, we're looking at getting closer down to that $21 mark or $26. So basically where the strike prices are. So we shall see. It will drop. It definitely won't. Gia, I'm really thinking so. I don't know if you read much of the earnings, but it's not good. I don't know if you really looked. I know you already sold out of your puts this morning. I'm proud of you, and I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're making a lot of money. You can go ahead and spend that money and go buy a mansion maybe. I'm not sure. But their earnings, they beat their revenue, but they didn't change year over year, and their earnings per share came in at a loss of 10 cents, and it was projected 0.01. So they were way off there. And their forward guidance also sucks. They're looking at a loss of 0.24, and their prediction was negative 0.18 for the quarter 3. I also don't like that their revenue is basically the same. It'd be one thing if it was 12.9 to 14. If it was minimum 12.9 revenue and then up to 14, that means you're looking at a recovery in your company. But the fact that your revenue from quarter 2 to quarter 3 may not change for a whole quarter does not mean much. The EPS was awful. Oh, it was so bad. Someone online was drop to 19. If it goes $19, I'm printing cash. But obviously we'll see. So this earnings call is going to be very, very interesting. I'm not going to be able to listen to it, but it's going to be a really interesting. Yeah, it just wasn't. They also sold their shares of. I wanted to see that actually. They also got rid of their shares of Mobileye in July to give themselves more money to their balance sheet. Is this their way of boosting the balance sheet so it looks better than it actually is? because they sold their shares. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's a company that's not making money. I think you should have avoided this one. Yeah, definitely for sure. It's one of those ones where, I'm trying to, perfect the strategy more and more, Gio, as every week goes by with earnings, trying to see about, when's the best time to close the shorts, when's the best time to take profits, stuff like that. And also the stocks you have to get in and out of trades with have to be highly liquid because you're doing 4 options at once. You're doing, 2 sold options and then 2 bought options, right? So it's about liquidity and all that kind of stuff. But they liquidated 957 million of their shares of Mobileye. Is Mobileye? Oh, that's what I want to see. I want to see if Mobileye was public or not. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Let me look. Mobileye. Oh, yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Mobileye is a publicly traded company on the market. Huh. All right. Interesting. Very, very interesting. This is definitely, yeah. I mean, what I've learned also, Gio, is probably to avoid like bank earnings, because bank earnings don't really get a lot of movement on those ones. You gotta pick those ones that get a lot more movement in your earnings, stuff like that. So we shall see how that works, obviously, as we go. But the fact that they sold that off for $900 million into their balance sheet, to me, just made it seem like they're trying to boost their balance sheet a little bit. And it's like, oh wow. Look at all the money we got. Where is it on here? Don't you know, pump it up. It's been in my head all day long. I don't know why, because the stock is not pumping up as much as I was hoping it would be. I don't know if you can see it anywhere here. I also just don't feel like reading all this right now. And meanwhile, bull fell on no news. Yeah, I'm still confident in this one in the SoFi strategy plan. Yeah, Gio, you're doing SoFi, man. When you have that conviction for SoFi, it doesn't really matter. It goes up, it goes down. You get in cheaper shares. You make money on covered calls. All that kind of good stuff, definitely. Oh, see, look at that. Oh, see, it's already not. Yeah, so this pump was funny. Went up 7% and just, actually, no. So what we're looking at really right now is this has been, I think, a learn. So I was able to exit my Kohl's one pretty quick because Kohl's had like a 15% drop because of the fake short squeeze that happened or whatever it was. So I sold a cash secured put for $10 there. I don't mind Kohl's. I know people talk about like how it's like a meme stock. And at least it has like that real estate portfolio that a lot of people don't have. So I sold Kohl's yesterday for a $28. And I closed it today, one day afterwards, for almost 50% profit already in 1 day. And this was going to expire on the 18th of August, which was like 3 weeks later. So I was like, I'm just going to give it. I took half my profit already there, which is great. A little bit of money there, a little bit of chump change there. Here's what my strategy has been recently. And I'm testing this out a lot. What I'm doing with this strategy here, because I made a post about how I was trading Reddit for earnings, I was trading Amazon for earnings, I was trading Moderna for earnings. So those 3 companies I was trading for earnings, they're all not here anymore. I got stuck at 15. These meme stocks, I don't know what it is, but these people are pumping meme stocks again. It's crazy. You have like Krispy Kreme was a meme stock that pumped at one point. I don't know where it's at now. Krispy Kreme. I love a good donut, let me tell you though. Yeah, so like Krispy Kreme pumped, like a lot. It was down like 40%. Now it's only down like 5%. So the Krispy Kreme pumped a lot. Still not a profitable company. Krispy Kreme really fell off though because they ended their partnership with McDonald's. If you guys are new to the stream, welcome on in. Welcome. Feel free to drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. Krispy Kreme pumped up for no reason. They got the partnership disconnected with McDonald's because they just do that together. Now they don't. Not them. How did Open Door do? Yeah, Open Door kinda is. I think Open Door's a dead one now at this point. Here's why I think Open Door is dead. Open Door is dead because data came out, I think it was yesterday, about how home price sales are a lot lower than expected now. And if home price sales are a lot lower than expected, Open Door can't offload their inventory. It's over. Yeah, exactly, Gio. It's over. You can't offload your inventory on losses. Your balance sheet's awful. Your revenue is negative. Everything is bad about this company here. So if you made a crap ton of money, I am so proud of you because I wish I made, 300% or whatever it could be. But I think the hype for Open Door is done. Momentum's over. Yeah, I think Open Door is done. I think Rocket is done too because Rocket was a meme at one point for like a week. Look at that. Rocket's done. Down like 30% from here, down to here, down about 30%. So Rocket's done. Donut is stupid. Kohl's like pumped, I think, today. Yeah, Kohl's was up like 11% today, which is crazy. Almost. So like the memes are back. Which is interesting because if the memes are back, is GameStop back? Probably not. No, GameStop's not doing anything. Because like I feel like if the memes are back, I feel like Wall Street Bets would want to go back to the OG meme stocks of GameStop and AMC. But that's just me, obviously. The memes are back. What else was another one? Oh, I think GoPro was another one. GoPro was stupid. Yeah, look at that. GoPro was crazy. Made a lot, still holding some calls, made profit, at least Kohl's. Yeah, and that's exactly right, Gio. Is at least it's a business. It's a business. They've been around for many, many years. People go into their store, they buy their products at Kohl's. I used to have Kohl's Cash back in the day. Whoo, Kohl's Cash was the dream. Used to flex on all the ladies. My Kohl's Cash I had, let me tell you. If my fiance hears that, she'd be like, "You're such an idiot." But GoPro pumped up like 100% in one day. The Kohl's one was so weird, though. Let me actually put up on Webull. Intel's kind of like just doing nothing. I think Intel, you're going to see a huge move during the earnings call. Kohl's was a weird one for me. Because look at this. This is gross. Let me go to 5 minutes. 5 minutes is even more fun to watch. Look at this. Kohl's rallied like 100% pre-market on Monday. Tuesday? Monday. Thursday, Wednesday. Oh, no, Tuesday. Pumped up a lot, made a lot. It was up over 100%. Gets halted right at market open in Kohl's. And then, boo! Imagine being this guy right there. Imagine. Can I draw an arrow? Where's the arrow tool on here? God, I'm such an idiot when it comes to this stuff sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Up. Imagine being this guy right here. Imagine that. Imagine being this jabroni right here. Oh, it's going to squeeze. Oh, it's going to squeeze. Oh, up. Wait, what do you mean I'm down a lot of money? What are you talking about? Like, imagine being that guy who got filled at $21.39. I would hate to be that guy. Just a little, like you're down. He's down so much money. He's down like, I don't know, probably like 30%, maybe more than that. I don't really know the math off my head, but oh, good Lord. Don't be that guy. Don't buy meme stocks, guys. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I never buy meme stocks. I never do. I did it like 2020 when it was Tupperware. I don't think they're even listed on here anymore. They used to be listed on here like a while ago. This company was stupid. It was Tupperware. I was literally like in a meme stock craze. It's delisted now, obviously. I was in a meme stock craze of, I think it was this right here. Or maybe it was this. Maybe it was this, actually. It was in COVID time. Yeah, so it was definitely this little pump right here. I was invested. Kramer loved them back in the day. Are you talking about Tupperware or are you talking about Kohl's, Gio? Because Tupperware was just a stupid, like you just, like everybody needs Tupperware. Yeah, I just go on Amazon and just buy it for like super cheap, right? I think I bought it like around here somewhere. And it pumped up and I like just cashed out and made like $100 and I was like, oh, I'm so hyped. And then I just stopped doing meme stocks after that. I was like, this is so stupid. Oh, man. Oh, Kohl's, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, what's the other like company that I've actually like have loved what they did? Not American Eagle. Was it Aeropostale? I'm not good with tickers right now. AEO. That's American Eagle, isn't it? I don't think it was American Eagle. No. But American Eagle, Tupperware parties. Oh, dude. Those are the day. Tupperware parties. American Eagle did a really good job because they partnered with Sydney Sweeney, and everybody's like drooling over that one, I think. What is the... Oh, Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh, wow. This thing stinks now. This company right here, Abercrombie and Fitch, that like everybody used to go in and shop with, and it smelled like cologne, and I choked on cologne. I walked in there, and I felt so bad about myself because of all the models and the pictures and stuff like that. Look at this stupid run-up that this thing had. Like, that is unbelievable. From $20 to almost $200. And now it's back down to like $90. But they did a really good remarketing strategy. I remember reading about it. I actually made a video about it a long time ago. Where is the Fridge Financials channel? I made a video about it somewhere. Trump clashes. Okay, cool. Oh, look, Fridge Financials. Look at that nice thumbnail. Amazing. Where was it? It was way back. Look at all these videos, dude. Oh, good Lord. And it's all free of charge, sponsored by nobody. I made a video about it somewhere. Abercrombie and Fitch. Did I pass it? I may have passed it. Oh, right here. This clothing company's up 200% this year. 8 views, by the way. Great video, though. Top quality. Awful thumbnail. Great video, though. That video is a really good video if you want to watch about talking about like Abercrombie and how they did all their good stuff. That was really, really good. Okay, Intel, get on my face for now. So Abercrombie was a really good one. Pushed up a lot. And now it's kind of came back to reality. There's your A-Lab, by the way, Gio. I know you were hyped about that one. Just, whew. What a run-up. I remember it was like $90. Now it's at $121. Ooh-wee. Printing cash. Anything running after hours? Let me look. I know Chipotle had. Oh, my God. What is ASTS? Down 10. Oh, see, can Intel have this, please? Intel, guys, shareholders, I don't have a lot of cash. I can't make this happen. Dark pools, stock market gods, anybody. God, I would love a move like this. I'm guessing they probably did off on their earnings, maybe, or some news came out. My pool was at 85. I bought that from them. Yeah, that's what's up, Gio. Let's see what happened here. Oh, about convertible notes. Yeah, okay. Might be a good buying opportunity, though, potentially, if you're long on this company. I need Intel to have this kind of move here. Oh, dude, we got 18 minutes left. I've actually bought a lot of time. Fridge Financials is the god of stalling. Got my yield maxes in here. ULTYGO and YMAX. So I don't know, I'm sure you probably know about my strategy here, Gio, but take the dividends from here. Take the dividend payouts at the beginning every single week. Building up my crypto position. That's what's up. It's diluting. Yeah, that's the big problem. Whenever stocks dilute is a problem. But the thing also, like, nobody cared that like Open Door was doing a reverse split. Like, a reverse split is just to become NASDAQ compliant, and nobody was like, whatever, it's no big deal. But then, they dilute their shares, and it's the end of the world, and they sell off 10%. But Open Door was like, yeah, whatever. It's all good. We don't care. Okay. Anywho, you've seen my holdings. Yeah. Yeah, dude. If I could be able to get those kind of dividend payouts like you, Gio, man, oh man, I would be so hyped about it. But I want to use the cash here. I want to use these dividends and then build my crypto portfolio up a little bit. And the cryptos that I want to get into, nice $22 I got here because I have Bitcoin. I'm dripping all about MSTY. Yeah, I thought about dripping, but what I think I want to do is I want to sell cash secured puts, use the cash from the cash secured puts to then put into the yield maxes, then use the yield max dividends to then buy my crypto. Follow that strategy. I think it makes sense. I think it's going to be a good strategy for me overall. But I have about $22 in crypto. Why? Because I got to the last question of the Robinhood trivia, and then I lost because of app loving, and I would have won like $1,500 in crypto, but I got like $10 instead or whatever it is. No premiums. Yeah. That's no. Sorry, Gio. I'm gonna sell cash secured puts on just any stocks, not the yield max ones. Those ones I already checked. I know they have no premiums. I'm gonna sell them on just any stocks that I like long term. Use a little bit of margin to get ahead in that one a little bit. I do have my margin account enabled, so I can use a little bit of margin, make some cash secured put profit that way. Then use that cash to then go into the yield maxes, use the dividends from the yield maxes to then buy into my crypto. And my crypto portfolio is going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and XLM. Those 4 is what we're looking for. XRP and XLM are for digital payments to make transactions instantaneous. Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin, and then Ethereum, which is basically like the powerhouse of crypto and does a lot of good stuff that way. So that's kind of what my logic is here as a result. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's kind of what the goal is for my crypto portfolio here. Why aren't you on live trading? I might sound stupid, Gio. Oh, you talking about like the Discord? Or talking about something else? Crypto's up 19%. Go fridge. I don't even know. Again, these are up like doing who knows what. We got like 14 minutes left here. Am I being dumb and thinking that live change? Are you talking about the Discord or are you just talking about like something else? Genuine question. The Discord? Yeah, I mean, I've tuned in like once or twice to it, and I would love to tune in more, obviously. The problem is, for me, is that like I get up in the morning at like 7 a.m. before markets open. I record a video with my fiance still asleep. Then I edit the video. Then I upload the video. That's like 10 or 11 o'clock or so. Market's already open. Then I'm working on other things. I'm grinding on other YouTube videos, content ideas. I'm doing some work from home for my school for this year coming up, so I'll get paid extra from working from home. So I do get kind of busy, so it kind of sucks in that aspect of things. I would love to join it more. Also, like trying to make it in them, those guys are goated, man. And what I do, I feel like it's not nearly as to how good they do with charting, with call-outs, with looking at, technical analysis, patterns, all that. I've sat there and I've listened, and dude, they are just goated when it comes to that kind of stuff. And then here's me just being like, so I sold a cash secured put here today, and now I'm done. And then like that's it, So I should tune in more honestly to those. So yeah, here's the margin I got going right now here. Got $1,000 in margin being used for Upexi right here. That one's doing all right so far, which is good. About like $10 so far. Makes my dude, they go crazy. Gio, I like it short and simple, and they're just like MACD crossover here, coming to the 9 EMA, coming to the 5 EMA. We got the 4-hour head and shoulders. I'm just like, dude, cash secured puts for the win, baby. All day, every day. So Gio, here's my strategy is, right? And I would love, obviously since you're here, and you've been talking to me, and I appreciate you keeping me company here. Here's where I'm kind of at right now. With the double calendar plays here, I'm thinking of when I first open them, just setting them for a 10% profit right away as limits. So I did it with Apple, for example. I don't think Apple is going to be able to hit this before earnings, so I might have to keep that one open. But like, for example, are you allowed to use margin sell puts? Yep, I am right here. So this is me using my margin to sell puts. On Robinhood, you can't lease. I don't know about other brokerage accounts, but on Robinhood, I'm able to use margin to sell cash secured puts on it. which has been really, really helpful. So obviously I have $24,000 of margin, but I have a lot less buying power because I'm trying to obviously limit my risk in that aspect of things. But 1,000 here, maybe 1,200 there. So like my list of companies I'm looking at, a lot of them we're looking at, are not relatively crazy prices in terms of obviously Bit Origin is different, but like ONDS, Upexi, Big Bear AI, ACHR. Oh, Fidelity doesn't let you do that? Oh, that's crazy. But Fidelity also, don't they have like crazy high interest rates, like 13% or something stupid like that? Like, that's absolutely wild to me. Robinhood's like 5. So I'm going to use like these kind of stocks that I think have a lot of good, potential to do really, really well overall here, and I see a good buying opportunity here. So I'll be using some of the margin to do cash secured puts, take that cash, then put it into yield maxes, then take the yield maxes, and then put it into crypto from dividends here. Oh, it's 10%. Okay. Still almost double Robinhood, but that's all right. It is what it is. So like, for example, right? So with Reddit, I closed my Reddit position out already. So I opened it for 165. I closed it for 182. So I made about $17 out of the 165. So I set it as a limit of 10% gain already. And I already, ASTLs could definitely be a good time to sell. That implied volatility is going to be crazy high. So I would have made 17 out of 165. So I made like 10.3% on Reddit in like about a week. So my logic now is going to be to play earnings, but then just to trade these kind of shares here and then like just set automatic limits at 10% profit. Because if I make 10% every single week on every trade, like that's going to stack over time. $10 here, $20 there. Like for example, like I did it for Moderna. Because Moderna was talking about, people were talking about squeezing Moderna, and it got like pushed up so quick to my strike price. I closed Moderna pretty quick early on for $6 out of $30 buy-in, which again is looking at about a 20% return here. So, I think I'm going to start setting limits at like 10% on these trades here. So that way if they do get filled, just get filled for 10% profit, and we call it a day. That's kind of will be a nice strategy for me, I think, in this case. Which I would be super happy about, as you know. So Apple, we're looking at 107. I don't know if it'll get there. Right now it's at 93. I doubt it'll move that high up, but, who knows, obviously. We got 9 minutes until earnings call. Do I want to look at the Intel stock price? Not really, because I feel like I'm getting slaughtered. It's kind of moving down. That's what I'm talking about. Come on down to 21, please. And you get like a fan and just blow it down. Pause. Okay. Put a little fan here and just but yeah, so I think I'm going to start doing that for my positions right now. Again, I did it with Moderna, took profit. Did it with Amazon, took profit. Did it with Reddit, took profit. Those are all 10% gains on trades. Obviously, it's like $10, $12, but I'm only trading $100 for it. If I scale it and do like $300, and then it'll add up a lot quicker over time. So that'll be interesting to see. Let's see what people on Wall Street are talking about for the earnings from Intel. Intel is negative after hours, which is good. It'll be what it'll be. Can't do anything about it now. Don't look till tomorrow. Yeah, I know, but your boy needs the watch time, so I'm gonna sit here for a little bit and still watch and see how it reacts to earnings initially and see what goes on here. It'll do what it's gonna do tomorrow morning, 100%. Until stock rises and strong results. What are you talking about? You're funny. Those were not strong results. Let's see what else we got here. Trump destroying. That's something different. This dude said breaking news: Intel to delist during the next quarter. All right, dude. All the punishment in the world can't stop them from a steady 12.7 to 12.9. Let me see what's going on. More layoff playoff. Going to double down. Glad I had shares. Oh my goodness. Someone said D-list. Why is everyone saying D-list? Like, relax. Someone said, how do you burn through another $1 billion and think it's okay for a stock to be up? Yeah, good question. Guys, if you're turning into the live stream, we're getting ready for Intel earnings. The earnings call, we're going to see how the stock reacts to earnings, see if there's anything positive coming out potentially. I can't have access to it right now because I had to sign up for it. But we're going to watch the stock for a little bit, see what happens here, and hope for the best, make some profits beforehand. So feel free, if you have any questions or anything, you want to drop it down in the chat, feel free to do so. We were up 0.67% on the day in this account here, which is absolutely phenomenal. Again, we've been doing great for the last couple weeks. Last week, we're up 2.17. Last month, up 21%. Last 3 months, up 49%. And as you can see, we are currently rocking a strangle on Intel. So 21 to 26 is what we are looking at right now in this moment in time. We are hoping for 21 at this moment in time because, good Lord, it's not getting anywhere close to 26 unless this CEO pulls the most crazy thing out of nowhere. Then maybe. But, hopefully we get a push down lower to about $21 here, and we shall see how it reacts to the earnings report as time goes on. Right now, this position overall that we've had from start to finish, right now we're up 155, and these ones at the market close are down 140, so we're up about $15 so far. But these can print heavy. If Intel has a huge move down to 21 to 19 to whatever, that's where we're going to see a lot of money get printed for this trade here. And we shall obviously see what happens. And then tune in next week because we'll do the same thing for Apple earnings. Because why not? This actually is a little bit more of a fun challenge. There's a lot less risk. I've lost a lot less money doing these options here, but I've had some really good earnings profit returns so far. So I'm actually really enjoying doing this because it's something fun to read into, to look up and to see how a company does. And then you read into the earnings a little bit and you kind of go from there. So we shall obviously wait and see. And if you're new to the Fridge Financials channel, if you ever want to see a breakdown of the Fridge Financials channel and you're not subbed yet, consider subbing if you don't mind. Obviously, notifications. I got some comments here. So if you want to, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already done so. We got some, again, this was the Intel earnings preview we talked about. The new pattern day trading rules, which to me is going to be absolutely atrocious for retail investors. It just screams gambling times 10 for me. We talk about Open Door and the new meme stock and how bad it was, because it is bad. We talk about margin trading and how it works, the double calendar spreads, the best. There's a lot of really good financial information that is at your fingertips, free of charge. Fridge Financials. Free of charge. You don't have to pay for this. Just subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets. Make 14,000 fake accounts. Don't do that, actually. But, this is a good video to watch because I turned $100 doing this strategy into $1,000 with Nike. Nike had a really good earnings report, so I made $1,000 there, which was absolutely amazing. We also made, I think, over 100% with Delta. It was 163% here. Here's how we managed some losing positions here, because we did have a couple losing ones with Schwab and with American Express. I don't think I will be trading those anymore. We talk Powell versus Trump because this beef just keeps going. Trump pulls up to the Fed headquarters today to oversee the renovations because they're over budget, and they're trying to push him out faster every single day. So you're going to look at all this financial content about things that are happening, options trading strategies. You want to hear me talk for an hour? We have an hour and a half video here about all these different strategies. Where do you get this content? From a lot of other people, I'm sure, but you get the Fridge Financials humor that goes with it. So feel free. We talk about credit cards, my net worth, and how I'm growing my portfolios up. We talk about Bitcoin going to $1 million, which is crazy. The yield max ETFs, selling covered calls and cash secured puts. I'm putting out a video this weekend that's going to be about how shorting a stock works, because these meme plays that happen, like Open Door, like GoPro, like Kohl's. I don't know if Kohl's is still doing anything after hours. Probably not. But we talk about how like these stocks actually pump up in value, what shorting a stock means. We talk about how it works, what to look for, why you shouldn't buy into them, because Open Door is an awful company, and now you will see that. All that kind of good stuff, free of charge for you. Make sure, subscribe to Fridge Financials, and there's a bell notification. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any notifications. We'll go live every week if we need to for these earnings trades here, because I actually really enjoy these. And I actually enjoy talking person to person instead of sitting here talking to myself on a mic. So, fingers crossed. All right, earnings call is starting at 5 p.m. here, so we're going to take a look at and see how people might react to the earnings call here. I don't think I'm able to listen to it, even though I would love to. Let me check and see, though. I don't think. Oh, you can just read the report. Oh, join live earnings call. Can I listen? Yeah, see, I have to fill this out. Company? I don't know what company I am. Fridge Financials? I don't really care because this is a very, very short-term play for me. It doesn't really matter to me, honestly, about their earnings with that. But, hey, don't you know, pump it up, but go the opposite direction, because obviously I want to go lower. So all that kind of good stuff there we're looking at for that, as we know. Really annoying also, Novo Nordisk. Sold the covered call at like 67 before earnings, so that way I can do another one at earnings for them. And what do they decide to do? Just, pump up 5% in the week. What are the odds? What are the chances? You see, I sold this covered call on a green day also, but the next day it decides to pump like 3-4%. What are the odds? I sold this on a green day. I followed my patterns. I followed my trade. I followed my covered calls. And what happens is that. So this is currently down a lot, obviously, because it's deep in the money. But honestly, if we get rid of the shares, no big deal for me, honestly. It does not matter. I'll probably use this cash from here, buy more dividends, yield max ETFs, and then just build my crypto positions from there. Hopefully, anyways, as you go. And again, if you ever join into the stream here, always feel free to drop a comment. Say how you doing, Fridge. Let me know. Like the video. If you're watching this video, like the video. If you want some background noise, you want to hear my stupid jokes, obviously feel free to listen to this in your own time. It'll be on the YouTube channel as well. You will see it here somewhere. Somewhere, some shape or form, you will see the Fridge Financials videos there for you. All right. Okay. ASTS having a little bit of a recovery after diluting more shares. Could be a good way to sell some cash secured puts here. I don't see anything else moving after hours, really. Just maybe like 1% or so. But the smaller caps will do that, as we know. Let's go to Intel and see. Okay, come on. Intel needs to keep going lower. Let's go. Because you didn't want to go higher today in the market. You want to go down 3.5%. Just push it lower. So, I don't know. 52-week low is $17. Good Lord. Imagine if it went to $17. That'd be wild. Can't listen to the call, but it's all good. Let's see what they say here. Conference call starting. Yeah, so they beat on revenue. They missed on an EPS on both EPSs, which is crazy. Data center AI they beat. Okay, so not a crazy earnings, honestly. Someone said stock going to over-the-counter market soon. Penny stock soon. Oh my God. What does Yahoo Finance people say? Yahoo Finance. If you guys ever listen to Yahoo, if you guys ever read through the Yahoo Finance ones, those are actually really funny in the comments also. So we'll see how this conference call goes for earnings with these guys. They're going to cut 15% of the workforce. Oh, there it is. Intel's going to cut 15% of the workforce. Dang. Anything else Yahoo Finance says here? Let's see. Don't you know, pump it up. Intel second quarter revenue. Let me pull it up on. I should just read through here. Instead of going on my phone like a stupid idiot, let me just do it this way. Intel earnings, Yahoo. This is a good article to read through. They'll summarize it all for us, which would be great. This is what I was talking about here. Cut 15% of their workforce. Now, people love it when they cut the workforce because obviously it means they're restructuring. There's going to be a lot less people that they have to pay for things. So people think of it usually as bullish for a lot of reasons because they have a lot less expenses, but I don't know. Intel reported the second quarter earnings after the bell Thursday, beating on revenue but missing on earnings per share due to impairment charges. Company says it's also counting its headcount by 15% and expects to have approximately 75,000 employees by the end of the year. Intel also offered an upbeat Q3 revenue forecast of between 12.6 and 13.6. Wall Street was expecting. Oh, okay. So Wall Street was looking at 12.6 billion. We're looking at a little bit higher there as a result. Okay. Shares are down 12%. Rival AMD's market cap tops at 262 billion, and Nvidia's at 4 trillion. For the quarter, Intel saw an adjusted loss per share of 10 cents on revenue of 12.8 billion. Oh. I thought it's 12.9, but it's all good. Wall Street was looking for 0.01 adjusted earnings per share and revenue of 11.8 based on Bloomberg's consensus data. The company reported adjusted EPS of 0.02 and 12.8 billion revenue for the same period last year, aka they suck. Intel said it took an $800 million non-cash impairment and accelerated the depreciation charges related to excess tools with no identified reuse and roughly $200 million one-time period costs for quarter two. The company has also canceled planned projects in Germany and Poland and is slowing construction of its facility in Ohio. Okay. Canceled planned projects in Germany and Poland and slowing construction in Ohio of its facility. All right. Sure. There's their revenue, obviously. Intel Products business, which includes sales of its laptop and desktop CPUs, brought in 11.8 versus the expectations of 10.9 billion. Intel is dealing with increased competition from AMD and Qualcomm as they push further into the chip space. Anything else here? Enterprise announced a reach agreements to build chips for Microsoft and Amazon using its 18A technology, which former CEO Pat Gelsinger championed to help grow the manufacturing segment. But according to Reuters, CEO Libutan, got it, first try, is considering promoting its next generation 14A technology to customers. That could mean Intel would face a massive write-down on 18A. Okay. So they announced agreements to build chips from Microsoft and Amazon with 18A technology there you have. And now they're like, yeah, let's pivot. Let's pivot away from Microsoft and Amazon. However, Intel would still continue to, unless maybe they're saying they're going to use this instead of this, maybe. It's already undertaken or is exploring a number of cost-cutting measures at Intel. Blah, 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 blah. Comment section. What do these guys say? What do you think? Nothing. Even in struggles have doubled the revenue of AMD and have the market cap. Interesting. Intel's monthly fab costs minus $5 billion are nearly equal to its monthly revenue, negative $4.42 billion, meaning it's operating at a loss when factoring in depreciation and research and development. Without higher fab utilization or stronger product demand, the imbalance could persist. I'm wondering if we'll have a federal judge put a halt to the layoffs. Okay, interesting. Dell looks the best. I'm on a Dell computer, actually, now you talk about it. Interesting. I don't know. They're going to pause. They're going to halt that? I don't know. Let's pull up the chart here and see. Oh, goodness. Oh, what in the crap is going on? Why is it pumping now? Anything else going on in the news here? Let's take a look and see. Oh, my goodness. Just use typical AI. Just keep saying AI over and over again. Just sell the company to NVIDIA for $10 billion, someone wrote. Goodness. Let's see what the comments here. Again, if you're welcome in, we are not listening. Fridge Runners is so dumb. We're not listening into the actual conference call. We're kind of just waiting to see how the stock is going to react to it. And this is just a crazy IV crush potentially here. So we're going to wait and see what happens with the stock here during this earnings call here. See if we can kind of push higher, push lower. I'm voting for a push lower right now because their earnings wasn't that good. But maybe that was already priced in. I don't know. They're going to be cutting the workforce, and they're stopping some productions in Germany and Poland and their production facility in Ohio. It's very interesting. People are saying short squeeze. What are you talking about? Like, if you look at, like, the interest float rate, it's like 3% or something like that. Like, there's not a lot of short interest, I don't think, on the stock. Trying to see what they're going to say here as a result. See what is it going to do to the stock here? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's going to do to the stock here. I know I'm probably going to take a big old L right now we're looking at with the strangle that we have going on here. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Can't win them all. Trying to see if anybody's talking about anything else here. Should be green as more and more people read the balance sheet. Yeah, very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting. Again, if you're tuning into the stream, welcome on in. We're going to see what happens to the stock here as it moves. Again, as we know, what we are looking at right now is here's my profit for the call side-ish. Put side, and what are we doing? We are sitting right smack dab in the middle. Hooray! Portfolio up, green on the day though. Really, really good to see, as we know. We are going to be seeing how this plays out here. And welcome on in. Listening at work. Thank you for giving me some of your time on your crazy work day, as we know. Always appreciate you tuning in here. We're kind of just sitting here trying to trade some stocks here a little bit and see what's going on. We're going to be looking at earning. We're focusing on Intel earnings here and how to make a lot of money here, potentially. But right now, it seems like not really a lot of movement is happening at this current moment in time. So we're going to kind of wait to see how people are going to react to this earnings call. It just started, so you have like 40-something minutes here left. And we're going to hope for the best. And hopefully I'm not on speaker, Angie, while you're at work, because I might say some really stupid things, as we know. And we do it a lot here at Fridge Financials. So what we're looking at, again, these are all these different scenarios here based off of Warren Buffett FinTool calculator, options profit calculator, bar chart calculations. And right now we're sitting at a big old nothing burger right now with stocks. So, but, you know, 'tis what it is, unfortunately. So we're going to kind of wait and see how these play out a little bit. There's no crazy stocks that are really moving much right now after hours, it looks like. except for I'm blanking. What's it called? Is moving. I forgot the name already. It's here somewhere. Oh, I'm in the wrong list. Let's take a look. It was one of these. Oh, here it is. ASTS Mobile. I need Intel to have this kind of move. This is the move that we are here for. Also, like Chipotle had like an awful day today. Like, look at this. Chipotle got like absolutely slaughtered after their earnings came out. Just bad. I need that. I need that kind of movement here. I think IBM also had a bad one. Look at IBM. Oh my God. And like IBM is a lot bigger of a company compared to Intel. So IBM had really bad earnings. Well, they had good earnings, but there were some things they said that they didn't like apparently. Tesla, bad earnings also, as we know. Tesla usually always has those like interesting earnings. Google did pretty okay, but not as big of a move as people were thinking it looked like here. So earnings are just kind of just being subpar, I feel like, overall right now, which is kind of annoying. Who else had earnings that was pretty all right? Google, IBM, Tesla, Chipotle, Intel had their earnings. I'm trying to think about who else had earnings. What's SPY doing right now? SPY's trading up 0.09 after hours. All right. That ain't too shabby. Sold off into the close. Now it's rebounding a little bit. Close at 0.03. Maybe I could have overnight drifted this one a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know. Anybody else have earnings? Let's see here. Earnings calendar. Oh, Honeywell had their earnings. How did they do? Honeywell's a good company to invest in, I feel like, long term. My thermostat was made from Honeywell. Oh, down 6%. Okay. Union Pacific, Blackstone, Intel. We already know Intel's was awful. I'm biased. Keurig Dr. Pepper had theirs. Oh, it's all based off of market cap, so. How did Union Pacific do? Union Pacific. Down 4%. So, like, this is what I need. This is what I need from Intel now. I need these movements. Who else had a bad one? American Airlines had a really bad one also. Down 9%. Do you know what's crazy? I made this Fibonacci level from how long ago? I made this Fibonacci level. When the heck did I make this? I made this in like April. I made this Fibonacci level in April. Touched the line, consolidated, broke down. Touched the line, consolidated, really broke down. Stayed below this line here. Stayed below the line, stayed below the line, stayed below the line. Boom, touch, came back down. Boom, touch, consolidated. Cross below the line again. Touch, touch, touch. It's like Patrick Star from SpongeBob. Up, touch the line, touch the line. This fib level is crazy. Like, this is done very well. Look at that. Touch the line again. Touches it here. Like, it respects the fib level I have. Touched it again down here. Touch, 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 touch. Look at this. This thing has just followed this thing. Did it again. Boom, boom, boom. Touch the high there. God, Fritz Financials, you are so good at charting. Consolidation. Rose higher. Comes back down. Really sold off here for who knows why, but it broke through everything. Broke through that one. Touched it here. Look at that. Whoop. Nice little arch there. Look at that nice little color change, everything. Whew. This fib chart from like March and April is still doing a pretty dang good job with American Airlines. Look at that. Kind of sitting right there. Broke through. Touched here. Broke through. Touched here. Broke. Like, look at this thing. Comes down. Consolidates. Oh, my God, dude. This chart, like, oh, look at that. Big breakthrough, just says F the fib levels, comes right up to here. Boom, consolidates, breaks through, retests, then sells off. Kind of does whatever. Oh, my God. Oh, look at this. Fridge Financials, what are you doing? Oh, my goodness, great. That is a perfect touch of my fib level. 12.95 on the dot. Oh, my God. And now look at that. Touches down here, bounces up. Look at that, dude. That is, this fib level, American Airlines. Woo! Cash secured puts might be the, with this fib levels here. Woo-wee. Like an 11.37. Or like 11, like the 10.99 obviously is $11 put here. Wouldn't be too bad. All right, what's Intel doing? It's just a big old nothing burger right now, dude. Like, come on. Say that this company's going bankrupt. Say some craziness. So this thing's going to move. Oh, that's what happened with Nike also. With Nike earnings, it was stagnant. And then like towards the end of the call, it was just like pushing up afterwards. So maybe that happens here. I don't know. We shall see. Anybody saying anything about anybody commenting on what he's saying here? Let me take a look. Major restructuring initiative. Restructuring, cutting the workforce. As we know. Yeah. Someone said 30. What are you talking about? $30 for a strike price would be stupid. Dare you go to 27. Okay. Dang, dude. This is going to be interesting video to make about Intel. Again, not a really good earnings report, though. So I'm actually I'm wondering now, like somebody knew about it and that was priced in right here. Because you're cutting the workforce. Your earnings per shares are way off. You're slowing down production in certain places for your facilities and all that. Your margin or your revenue, you're looking at basically about the same for next year, or for next quarter, give or take, maybe. So I'm wondering if that's what this sell-off was right here. But, oh, man, if this thing is pushed up to here, I would have loved it. Would have loved it. This is going to be interesting to watch, honestly. I mean, we'll go until 6 p.m., and then we'll kind of see what happens with the stock. I'm not really quite sure. Is anything going on in the news right now? Let's take a look and see here. Go Yahoo Finance. See if there's anything going on in the news here. Well, I don't feel like looking at the chart right now. Here, let's take a look. Trump clashes with Powell over Fed renovations, pushes for lower rates. Oh, here we go again. Love that. Says he'd love lower interest rates. I would love this beef to stop. Made an unusual visit to the Federal Reserve Thursday, donning a hard hat and being led on a tour of the construction site by Federal Chair Jerome Powell himself. The two men even briefly sparred over the cost of the project as Trump claimed a new and higher price tag before Powell fact-checked him in real time before reporters. Ooh. After Trump said that the renovation costs had ballooned further to $3.1 billion, Powell shook his head. Trump then produced a piece of paper that Powell looked at briefly. The central banker said that the new figure added in the renovation of a third building, the William McChesney Martin building that was finished years ago. You just added in a third building. It's not new. That's funny. Okay. The high-profile construction project, which started in mid-2022, is on track to be completed by 2027, was also toured by Senators Tim Scott and Thomas Tillis, as well as Trump's budget director. Anything else good? I'm not aware of that. Powell responds to Trump's claim during Fed building tour. He did continue pressing him on lower interest rates. He's not going to want to fire Powell. This is the thing that we always talk about, though, is that you can't have politics with the Fed. Because you have politics with the Fed, it becomes this like craziness thing. We lose credibility, and things hit the fan like the 70s. I might let him back off the. Comes out as Powell is set to gather the Federal Open Market FOMC next week for another interest rate decision. Yikes. All right, well, nothing really going on there. Okay, let's take a look. So that was a big old nothing burger until stock rises. Yeah, fix his headline. Hey, fix the headline for a second there, buddy. He's not rising a lot in revenue. Relax. Yeah, finance is rubbing in my face right now, I feel like. Anything else going on here? United Healthcare stock drops on DOJ probe. I saw it. That was this morning, I think. United Healthcare stock fell 4.7% on Thursday after the insurance giant disclosed in a regulatory filing that it is facing an investigation from the DOJ into Medicare billing practices. Following news reports from the Wall Street Journal about insurance billing techniques used by United Health and other large medical insurers, the Justice Department's Healthcare Fraud Unit began making criminal and civil requests of the company, according to the filing. Look at that. Ooh, it's back down again. Remember when it was at 250 a couple weeks ago, or like a month ago? Oh, man, that was great. All right. We'll see how that goes. U.S. allows Chevron to restart pumping oil in Venezuela. Digital reality boosts annual revenue. Okay, AI drives new highs. Charles Schwab authorizes $20 billion stock buyback and declares dividends. God, it's like Yahoo Finance likes to know what stocks I'm in, or I was in when I was in this trading here. Elon Musk tells Tesla investors to focus on a future filled with robots. I didn't know there was also a Tesla diner until the other day. It's kind of cool. It's very interesting. IBM falls most in 50 months on tepid software sales. Interesting. Mortgage rates held steady. Trump says no capital gains on home sales. Look, there's Intel. It's like they know me. What's the latest news here? The European Central Bank, I was going to say Eastern like an idiot, keeps rates on hold. Why joined the Fed and Powell on pause? It's not just the U.S. pausing rates. Interesting. United Healthcare stock is falling. Yep, United Health. Oh my God, this is all United Health. Okay, relax. U.S. existing home sales hit 9-month low in June. That's, again, the open door idea of just, I don't know, stupidity, I guess. Bitcoin, United Healthcare. Public company just went all in on Solana. That's the one that I have a cash care put on. Believe it or not. Oh, higher egg prices. Oh, boy, they're back. Oh boy. There's the holding rate steady again. Nothing really good here. All right, well, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Anything good in the markets going on? Nope. Top gainers? Any meme stocks? Oh my God, the Dow is down. Dow Incorporated is down 17%. What in the actual crap? What? Oh my good Lord. They declared a dividend. Oh, they cut their dividend by 50%. Oh, yep. When you cut a dividend, that's all you got going for you. Because this stock isn't really doing much. It's on a nice downward trend. And then you say, hey, come invest with us because we'll pay you a dividend. And you cut the dividend. People peace out so quick. Wow. And not only is it a cut, it's a 50% cut. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, it is what it is. That's a crazy drop. I didn't even realize that. But again, it's one of those things. When you're investing in a company, if people buy into dividend, like Dow is a dividend company. It's not a like profit company in terms of like growing and innovating kind of thing. It is just a dividend paying company, you know? So the fact that if you're a dividend-paying company, that's where people will go to for dividends, and that's it. They're not maybe looking for as much growth as going to like NVIDIA or going to like Meta or Amazon or any of those other big tech ones. You know, they're looking for that nice passive income stream, and then you start messing with it and you cut your dividend, what you're paying, by 50%. People are going to flood out of there. And what did they do? Sold off 17%. Their dividend's 11% still, which is crazy. But, oh my God, that is a drop and a half. Whew. No, thank you. ASTS still down about 9% from the diluting of the shares. What else do we got going on? Let's see what else we got going on in the market here. No crazy moves. God. Okay, let's see here. I can't believe Chipotle had that much of a sell-off. Sorry, Chipotle, this is wild. But again, their earnings were awful. Sweet Green, Kava, and Wingstop follow Chipotle lower. Okay. Then they get a buy rating. Okay. Price cut. Price raise. Maintain neutral. Pretty sure they also announced like a buyback. Falls 10% after. Says gloomy consumers are buying fewer burritos. Well, the burritos are like super expensive, man. Dang. Pretty sure I saw that they initiated like a buyback somewhere. It's probably somewhere written in here, but. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. That's crazy. If you're bullish on Chipotle, look at these premiums right here. Oh, look at the juicy premiums. Up 300%, up 400%. Oh, good heavens. You want to own Chipotle long term? Which, again, Chipotle, you know, people like Chipotle. I get it. I don't know if I would want to own it personally. I'm not sure, honestly, about that one. But, again, you want to sell some cash-secured puts and get in on some Chipotle here. You can get almost a 2% return at the 44 strike right here if you really wanted to, up 284% on the percentages. Or you can just go add the money, $45, and make, you know, almost 3% right here for the month. Ain't too shabby. American Airlines would be one I would want to go into. Because, I mean, American Airlines usually just trades like sideways a lot. So you want to go into American Airlines, for example. You could sell like the $11 one right at $11. You'll get about almost a 3% return here for a month. And if you're selling cash secured puts, my logics go about 3% or so, usually 2 to 3% usually per month on a monthly basis, because annualized that beats the S&P 500 historically. So like American Airlines wouldn't be a bad one to do it for. Chipotle wouldn't be a good one. Would be an okay one to do it for. What else do we got that I would probably do it with? Let's go to price low to high. Like Big Bear has their earnings coming up, I know, so I don't know if I would ever touch that one. A lot of these companies have their earnings coming up soon, so I wouldn't really touch that one as much. I could probably get rid of this prediction, honestly. Bye-bye. With earnings coming up, obviously the premiums are a lot higher because you get those big moves in either direction here. But, there's some good companies you can definitely sell some and get some nice premium for it. Like Webull. Webull was down 9% today for who knows why. I'm not really sure why it was down 9%. But again, with Webull, for example, if you wanted to go 30 days out, so a month out, oh, look at these premiums, man. They're pretty high. That's not too bad. Like a 13.5 strike price here could get you like $80, which is like a, 6% return right here. 22 delta. 6% for the month potentially. Oh, but Fridge, I want to be more conservative. You can still go to the $12 one, potentially get filled at $30, maybe depending on where you get filled at. You're still looking at about a 3% return here in the month. So Webull is a good one to look at as well for sure. SoFi hasn't really moved much. I know they have earnings coming up. When? Oh, next week. That'll be fun. But, you can play some earnings here if you want to for SoFi, if you want to look at it. Again, a 3% return on SoFi, you're looking at getting in at about $18.50 per share-ish. It's about a 3% return, plus or minus, like 2.5%, 3% maybe, something along the lines of that. And that's a pretty good discount. $3 cheaper to then buy the shares at $3 less. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that, let me tell you. So it's a pretty good one to look at. Big Bear, I wouldn't do until after earnings. The earnings are, actually, they're on the 11th. So you sell a cash secured put on the 8th, so we don't worry about earnings as much. You can sell like a $7 strike price here. That's about a 3. That's actually like a 4-ish, almost a 5% return right there if you want. That's pretty tasty right there. Not too bad of an option to look at. I'm kind of thinking about plays I want to do moving forward. ONDS, I don't know when they have their earnings coming up. Their earnings are between the 12th and the 18th. So I will go with the 8th, just in case, potentially here. And there's not really a lot of volume. Looks like nobody's even doing these ones as much. What about the 15th? Yeah, there's some volume here. So you could do that one if you wanted to. That's a really good return, though. That's like a 7.5% return right there, potentially. SoundHound has earnings coming up. Again, a lot of these companies have a lot of earnings coming up. We're in full earnings mode right now, right? So as I'm looking at these kind of companies here, we're in full earnings mode. We're looking at what we could possibly get for returns on cash secured puts, potentially. Again, their earnings are on the 7th, so maybe you still want to go that 30 days out because that gives you time for the earnings to kind of die off a little bit. You can still look for like a 3% return, like this right here, $9. If you get filled at like 28, 27, that's a $9 return right there. Pretty good, or it's a 3% return right there, which is really, really good. Again, if you're just tuning in, welcome on into the YouTube live stream. It's Fridge Financials here. We're kind of just we're going to take a look at Intel once the earnings call is done and see what happens at the very end. We're kind of look at some stocks, kind of see what we like to trade, and kind of go from there. If you have any tickers you want to look at for selling options or anything like that, feel free to drop them in the comment section as per usual. And also feel free to support the channel in any way that you would like, from subscribing or whatever else. So, you can look at SoundHound AI, for example, a $9 strike price, very low delta, about a 3% return in the month, annualized about 36% a year if you keep doing it that way. It's a very, very good one. I did one for Kohl's. I already closed it out, which was good. Oscar Health is one that had a huge move down, about 10% today. So these premiums got some really good juice to them now as a result. But they do have earnings coming out on August 6th. So I will maybe go, end of August to get a little bit of extra time for the earnings call to do whatever it is that it wants to do in this case. But again, you're still looking, if you're looking for that 2 to 3% return, a $10 strike gets you a $4 discount per share, gets you $30 or about $28 in premium here. It's about 2.8% return and a 10% chance of being exercised. It's a pretty good return right there, if you ask me. 10% or 3% return almost on this one. You can go with the $11 one if you want to, whatever it is you want to look at. So Oscar is a good one to look at. If you want to do Rivian, you can do Rivian as well. They have earnings on the 5th, so that'll be a little bit later on. So again, you can go maybe to the 15th if you really wanted to. You're looking again, that 2.5 to 3% is like a nice window because again, if you make 2% per month, that's 24% annualized, which beats the S&P 500. If you do 3%, same thing, 36% return annualized beats the S&P 500. So if you're able to find stocks you make 2 to 3% on every single month, you're in a really, really good position. And that's what we're here for, right? So, like for example, I've seen a lot of Rivians coming up around the streets recently. So maybe the $12 strike price gets you, again, about 2.5% return with a delta of 0.19. Very, very unlikely for it to happen as a result. As we're looking through tickers here, feel free to drop your own if you would like to. These are all ones that have my watch list of ones that are momentum plays, but also do have some potential to do relatively well. We talked about American Airlines. They had awful earnings. But again, you can go a month out here. $11 strike price gets you about that 2.6, 2.7% return, which to me is absolutely awesome. So these are all really good companies that you could look at selling options with. And it's low probability, but some very good returns. JOBY is another good one I know that we've talked about. I've seen people talk about. Their earnings are on the 6th, so I'll go a little bit past that because, again, earnings can have a huge impact on these kind of stocks. But, again, looking for 2% return, your 2% return is going to happen around the 13.5 strike with a 12% chance of it actually being exercised. And then if you want to be a little more risky, you definitely can. You do a 15 strike price for $68 essentially, which you're looking at, a 4.5% potentially return for a month there, which is very, very nice. It's still a relatively low delta. A 22 delta, 22% of the time you'll get exercised. There's a lot of stocks you can look at here. Gorilla Technology is one that's been on the momentum play as well. Again, you want to go, a month out. So 29 days out, you want to look at here. You could sell, oh, good Lord, you can sell a 15 if you wanted to. So selling a 15 strike here, you're looking at, again, you're getting these shares at a discount, sell a 15. I don't know what you get filled at. You might get filled at $158. Maybe you get filled a little bit less. But even still, that's a 10% return right there. Right there. Boom, boom. 10% return in a month. Not too bad, guys, honestly. So these are things to kind of think about when you're selling options and think about how you can make some profit, make some money. And again, selling on red days is where it's at. ASTS is going to be red market open because they're doing some more share dilution there. So be on the lookout for that if you are investing in that kind of stock there. I did Upexi because, again, Upexi I have is the 15th, I believe. I'm still logged in to Robinhood, aren't I? So Upexi I have on the 15th. It's a $5 put here. But the premiums here are very, very good. So I got my premiums at $50 worth because it's 50 cents per share times 100 shares. So $50 here for a $5 strike, which is $500 in collateral. You're looking at a 10% return for UPXI between now and August 15th. 10% return, and the deltas right now is 0.21. So a little bit more of a risky play here, obviously. But, again, a delta of 0.21 is actually pretty nice. So that's a really good potential return you can get there as a result for that one if you want to. I did one for Kohl's, but I closed it out already because it pumped up 10%. So I closed it out, took profits, made my life a little bit easier there as a result. You do QBTS, another one that's that's one of the quantum computing stocks that you're looking for, which people talk about as the future of, where we're moving to is quantum computing. So you can get one of those filled if you're looking at it. Again, you can look at doing the 14. The 14 gives you almost a 3% return. It'd be about $40 per for the whole thing. but an 11% delta is obviously really, really good. So a lot of stocks you could really do this with, make some good money on it, profit from it potentially. And again, you could always roll your stocks down if you need to. If you want to go crazy, you can do Robinhood. Robinhood is obviously a really, really good one, and I would love to get into Robinhood long term. But it's had a crazy run up recently as a result. But if you take a look at like Robinhood, for example, if you want that 3% return or so, like all you need is a $90 strike price. Gets you about, 3% here, and it's a 22 delta. So you get Robinhood at $11 cheaper, and you get paid on top of it. So selling options is actually a really good play to do overall, in my honest opinion that we're looking at here. But again, Robinhood has been on a straight up rocket ship. Look at that. Robinhood is a crazy stock. And I love what Robinhood does. That's why I have them, obviously, right? Like Robinhood right here. Whoop. Love me some Robinhood. Rather than that, I don't think anything else really going on. Again, green for the day, really, really nice. If you're tuning in, you're still listening, or you're watching this back. So what we're looking at for the strategy here, we're building the strategy up where we do we close the shorts early, and then we let the longs go in the strangle. So Intel has a strangle right now that we have going on here. What we're looking at doing here, what I think is a good play, is when I open up these 4 option strategies to immediately set a limit order for 10% profit on what I pay. And believe it or not, I had 4 plays for next week. I had Moderna, I had Apple, I had Amazon, I had Reddit. And by setting those 10% values up, 3 of them already closed. And one that's left is Apple, obviously. So maybe Apple might not close before earnings. Who knows? But getting a 10% return is a very, very good return in a matter of 2 weeks. And you can take a look here, right? So taking a look at like Reddit. Reddit one actually closed today, believe it or not. So with the Reddit one here, I opened Reddit up on July 18th, so about 2 weeks ago. And then I closed it. I set this limit order here, and it actually went through today. But I made $17. I paid $165 for it. I made $17, about 10% on this trade in about a week. Earnings are next week. I don't even need to play them because I made 10% on it. Obviously, you're saying, well, fridge, $17 isn't a lot of money. And you're like, yeah, of course not. But again, if I won $1,000, it would have been $170. If you put $10,000, it would have been, $1,700 here, right? So depending on how much you're obviously putting in, the percent is what matters more. So Reddit, we made about 10%. It was like 10.3. Amazon, I can't remember what we made on Amazon. Amazon made a lot of money on Amazon as well. Might have been like 11% or something like that. Amazon, we made $11 here, so about, again, 10% or so on Amazon, which is really, really good. Bought the 18th, closed on the 23rd, about a week out. Moderna, even though we only put in $30 into Moderna, which was not nearly a lot, even though we only put in $30 in Moderna because I didn't want to go full port into it for their earnings, they started to just squeeze up higher as a result of the meme stocks. And people started like, oh, we're going to squeeze Moderna next. I closed it early because I was afraid of what it would do to my strike prices. I made $6 on 30. That's a 20% return. I made 20% in just about a week on this trade here. So you had a 10%, a 10%, a 20%, and now we're left with just Apple for next Thursday. And right now we're obviously looking at Intel as well. And Intel obviously might screw us over a little bit. We shall obviously wait and see. We're looking at about 13 minutes left until the earnings call is all set and done. Let me take a look at the chart one more time and then wrap it up here and call it a stream here. But so that's what we're really looking at. And, it's worked. I mean, I didn't think they would get filled, and they got filled, and I made profit on all of them. So I'm pretty happy with the results. What earnings are next week? Oh, I can look here. Upcoming earnings. Whoa. Relax. Earnings. So 2 weeks out puts us at the what? The 6th? Am I stupid? Yes, of course I am. Let me look at the calendar really quick. 2 weeks. Next week will be the 1st and the 8th. So the 7th. So this is 2 weeks out right now. Any big company earnings? Texas Roadhouse, not really a big earning play here, honestly. Instacart. The problem that I would have with Instacart probably is getting filled. I wonder. How good is their options chain? Again, if you're just tuning in, guys, we're kind of looking at some earnings plays here for the next 2 weeks here. I'll be opening up some tomorrow probably to see where we're at. Not a lot. The problem that we're going to have, obviously, is getting filled. If you want to see how I set this one up here, this is how I would do it. So their earnings are on the 7th. So I would do this for the 8th for the short option. So I'm gonna buy a call and buy a put. And that's going to create a straddle, which tells me the break evens where I'm going to put my strike prices at. Let me move this guy out of the way here. Let me hide him. Bye-bye, fridge cartoon. So the break evens are 45 and 54.93. So my strikes are going to be at 45 rounded down and 55 rounded up is what I would look at here. So 45 and 55. So sell a call. We're going to go 55 for the call one, which there's no, oh God, there's like no volume here. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Absolutely not. Buy Instacart. No, thank you. Let me go back to, okay, so what else is there for earnings? Anything good? You need those stocks that have a lot of liquidity. Ooh, Square's got earnings. Definitely going to play that one. Square was just put into the S&P 500, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So they're earning on the 7th. So let's play this for the 8th. So we'll buy a call. We'll buy a put. What does that put us at for break evens? 71.3 and 88.7. So ideally, strike prices would be 71 and 89. What are you seeing right here? 71 and 89 is what I'm looking at. So 71 and 89. Sell a call, 89. Sell a put, 71. So that's basically me using the straddle as a way to set my strike prices essentially here. So 71 and 89 is going to allow us to have limited assignment potential, which is really, really good. But again, as you know with these kind of positions here, you can't just sell options if you don't have the cash or you don't have the shares. So you got to have collateral somewhere, and that collateral comes from buying the week after options. So I would buy the 71 put. I would buy the 89 call. And that creates this cool little double calendar here. So when it moves up, I'll still make some money. When it moves down, I'll make some money. It's going to cost me about $37 or so, but the max profit is insane. Now, when I hit continue, oh, man, Square is the next play. Because the reason why I know Square is a good play is because look at the bid-ask spread. For 4 contracts to open at the same time, your bid-ask isn't crazy far apart. It's a little far apart. But again, you're doing 4 options at once. But I've seen like 0.2 to like 1.4. Like that's a very hard one to fill. This is going to be an easy fill. And this is going to be a good play for me to do. And so what I would do is tomorrow I would open this up. And then immediately after I open it up, what I would do is I would set it at a 10% profit, take profit limit before earnings and then kind of play it from there. So XYZ block, or Square, however you want to call it. This is the one I would like to play into next 2 weeks. So you're going to see me make a video about that probably too at some point. So Square, really good one. Again, here's your double calendar that you're looking at here. And what we're looking at is max profit of $258 and a max loss about $40, depending on how much you pay for it, obviously, as you go. But $40 to make 200, very good risk to return. And if I like what I see, maybe I close out the short legs early and then I keep the strangle and just let it ride and kind of go from there. So very, very good to see. So block is a good one. Trade desk will be a good one as well because that one just got put in the S&P 500 as well. So if you want to see me how I would do it, again, we go to Robinhood. We go to the options chain here. I'm going to go to the 8th because their earnings are the 7th. So I go to the 8th. I buy the 85 call. I would buy the 85 put as an example. And it creates these break-even points of 73 and 96. So I'm going to round this down to 73 and 97. So $73 and 97. So let's see what we get here. So up. Ooh, might have to go 96. We'll see. Let's see. So 73, 90. Oh, it goes to 95. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, okay, hang on. This might be. We got to see how the stock's going to move tomorrow. That's a crazy return. That is a 10x return from 73 to 95. Oh my God, that's a crazy return. Obviously, it has to not move a lot. 10% in either direction, 10% and 14% either direction, basically. But, whew, that's a good one to play too. So you're looking at block. We're looking at trade desk. What else do we got? Anything else? And that's not even factoring in Friday pre-market also. This is Thursday. STEM is such a meme stock, I'm pretty sure. Because I traded STEM before. Dang, you can't do it. Their option chain doesn't have enough. That's going to have some good moves. Ooh, Dropbox. Do they have a good options chain? They do. How would they get filled is the question. Let's see. So we're looking at 25 and 31. So 25 and 31. Oh my God. Well, it's because there's no volume here. There was no volume here right now, it looks like. Yeah, the bid ask is atrocious. Yeah, that one might be a tough one to fill. But there's like volume. See, like it's gonna be just based on how it gets filled, I think. 25 to make 65. Twilight's a good one. Let's take a look and see what they got. Their earnings are also on the 7th. So let's take a look and see what we got. So we buy the 132 call. We buy the 132 put. Break evens are at 114 and 150. Okay, 114, 150. 150, 114. Go the following week out for collateral. 114. Oh, it's perfect. And then 150. You're paying 100 to make almost 500 potentially. Again, not too bad of an option play here. You would need to have it, move either, 13% up or down with earnings and stuff like that. Here's the problem though, right? Is look at how you get filled. Negative 0.05 to 1.94. That is a crazy hard to get filled at, and you're going to lose some money there if you get filled at too low of a value. So you have to watch that one to see how the options goes for it. Sweet Green. Anything else? GoDaddy. Loan Depot was another meme stock. Do you have a lot of options? No, you don't. Dang. I wouldn't mind running that one. That would have been a fun one, I feel like, to watch. Lionsgate. Next door. Ooh, SoundHound AI. Okay. I know they got liquidity for options. I hope if this one's cheap, I would love this one if it's cheap. So we're looking at what? 950 and 1450 are your strikes. 950, 1450. 950, 950, 1450. 1450. $20 to make 80. The thing that sucks though is that you're looking at it still is a 20% move in either direction, but it's a lot harder to move. Like 20% down is not really as much as what you think it is. But it's a 4-1 though. That ain't too bad. That's a little 4 to 1% return. Risking $20 to make $80 potentially. That ain't too bad. This one I wouldn't mind letting ride out for a straddle. Or straddle? No, strangle. Wouldn't mind it. SoundHound would be a fun one then. Ooh, Rocket Lab. Oh, dude, like I'm gonna have to like look at so many of these. Cause like Rocket Lab could have a lot of movement also. Like this is just next. This is 2 weeks out. Oh my god. Buy a call. Buy a put here. 39.85 and 56. So you're looking at 57 and 39. So 57 and 39 is what you're looking at. All right. So 39, 57. And then following week. Yep. Nope. Don't sell that one. Buy that one. 57, 39. $76 to make 250. So this is a really interesting strategy. So again, if you made it this far and you're watching this is the strategy that I'm trying to like think about how I would plan it out, right? So Rocket Lab, again, you're looking at a move in either direction of about 20%, make some really good profits here on either side here. But the focus would maybe be to take 10% of this already. So if it costs you $76, maybe you take it for like $85 or whatever the case is. So you can take those profits early on. If you keep taking 10% of these trades here, like your portfolio is going to grow pretty quick, whether you know it or not. So Rocket Lab's a good one. MP Materials. Oh, and they've been on a rocket ship because of the metals deals. How liquid are they? Ooh, they are pretty. Let's see. Well, they have enough. They have a big enough options chain at least. 53 and 71. 53. 71. Nice. 71. 53. Yeah, that was not bad. Looking for a move in either direction. Yeah, not too bad of one. But again, how liquid. I mean, that one's not. The bid-ask spread isn't awful there. So, okay. Anything else that's crazy I want to look at before? Gen Digital, maybe another one potentially to look at. Take Two Interactive wouldn't be a bad one, maybe. Maybe GTA will come out in this time. Oh, man. Wynn Resorts, maybe. Nerd Wallet, Funko. Interesting. Ooh, Pinterest. This is the last one, then. I'm going to see what Intel's out, and we're going to call it a day here, and then hope for the best tomorrow morning. Okay, Pinterest. I actually like Pinterest as a company. 33 and 44. Easy strikes. 33, 44, 33, 44. 44. Question is, will it get filled? Oh, dude, that's a crazy return if this doesn't get filled. It's not awful. $20 you pay for this, and you can maximize, good Lord. That ain't too bad. $15 you pay for Pinterest for a double calendar, and you can max profit $150. Obviously, you won't, but if it goes up to even like 40 something, you're still making some really good cash. What I also want to do, and this is just me thinking out loud here, for one of these, I want to let the entire contract expire and just see what happens the following day. So, say Pinterest stays within this 2 strike prices here. I want to see what my position turns into as a result. That's what I'm going to be very curious to watch, because believe it or not, I will still make money if it goes up 25% or it goes down 20%. So I might want to take a look at letting a couple of these just ride out and just see what happens here. So Pinterest, another good one. We've got quite a few. OXYs would be a good one as well. I know that one's a really, really popular one. I can go by market cap. Let me see. What do we got? Microsoft is not happening. Eli Lilly. Oh, how much will this one cost? I wanted to see how much this would cost me. Because I did one for Coinbase, and Coinbase was astronomically expensive. It was $400. Let's see what we're looking at here. I'll do a straddle here. 734 and 875. So 875 and then 735 it looks like. So 735 and like 875-ish. Then we go the following week. Do the same thing. We'll buy. Oh, that is annoying. Strikes don't do that. 735 is here. But I would have to change the 875 to either 870. I probably will do 870 just to see. Let's do 870 and just see what happens. Oh, wait. I was supposed to buy this one. Whoops. Oh, no. I was supposed to sell that one. Nope. Sell the 870. Go another week out after. Buy the 870. It costs $700. $600 to open for set. Yeah, no thank you. Eli Lilly, no thanks. MasterCard is next Thursday. Procter & Gamble, AbbVie, Chevron, Novo Nordisk, 6. I'm looking for, I need the 7th or the 8th here. 7th or the 8th. Sony. Don't know how liquid it is. Okay. ConocoPhillips, yeah. Constellation Energy, Let me see, anything else? PH, I have no idea who that is. Okay. I thought it was Fortnite. It's Fortinet. May or may not be dyslexic a little bit. Vistra's a good one. I know it's an AI play, I think, as well. Okay. Got quite a little bit of earnings to play for next 2 weeks out. Should be fun. All right. Final drum roll, please, because we've been on here for 2.5 hours. And if you just joined in, feel free to go back and watch it. Let's see here where the conference call is over for Intel. Did it move? And more importantly, is there a chance of us making any money, or will we get screwed over tomorrow morning when the market opens? Because are these going to print? Actually, I don't want to look on it here. I'm going to look on it on TradeView. Oh, yeah, the Dow got slaughtered. Yep, love that. Did I X out of it? Oh, I'm such an idiot. All right, going to Webull. Going to Webull. INTC for the win. Let's see what happens. Oh, I need to go to Trade Desk. Wait, I need to go to TradingView. It's down 3%. We may have a chance, ladies and gentlemen. TradingView. I'm such an idiot. TradingView. I can't spell. What in the crap? Okay. Here we go. My lines are still here. They better be. Yeah, they are. Oh, look at that. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, market open is going to be so interesting. What does that put me at for a simulated return here for these puts? So let's see what that puts us at. We're not in profit land just yet. I'll tell you that right now. We are not in profit land. It needs to come in lower. But right now, these puts are up $115, $120 here or so. That's kind of bouncing around a little bit. So about $115, $120. The calls will be worth absolute nothing. $200. So if this is what they come open with, and again, it all honestly depends because IV crush is a thing and it sucks. Let's say it opens 10 in the morning. I'm down 215 here. Okay, down 215 on the calls. On the puts, I'm up 95. So 215 minus the 95 puts us at $120 down. So we're $120 down in the straddle, or in the strangle. But we made $155 on the shorts. We'd be up $35. That's awesome. let's see what happens tomorrow morning. So that is it for me for today. We will see. Again, maybe we'll see. I'm going to read more into the earnings call afterwards. We'll see what happens here. If this thing comes lower, hopefully we get some nice movement here. That is it. We're going to end the stream here. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, feel free to watch it back. I hope you guys make money in the market. Thank you. This is Fridge Financials signing off for the day.